I never chat anyways, so I'm not gonna sign in. I don't know why that's not working. Anyways, what's happening? Um, got struck because of keeping some third-party content on my last video. So I know that's a strike. So I just gotta watch out for that from now on. No big deal. Is that my speakers going through? Yep, it sure is. Man, these monitors hung. I got rid of some of it, but not all of it. Anyways, how's everybody doing? Feeling positive about what's happening out there? I am. I'm positive the end is probably gonna be close, very, very close. Trump is a shitbag. Dear Lord. As I said in one of my last videos, the problem with the democracy is you're not voting on the merits of the conversation of what the person's saying. You're voting on what you can comprehend. They're saying. If they tell you a brilliant idea that you don't get, the fuck is this asshole talking about? Look, we've run through all the economists. Everybody says it's going to work. Oh, you're economists, huh? What the fuck do they know? A lot more than Donald Trump, who's bankrupted casinos. So, yeah, I mean, I always thought that America was Babylon of the Bible. I mean, even before I read the Bible, I heard the term Babylon and Armageddon and things like that, and understood their negative connotation. And I remember being in middle school writing a poem called Babylon, Babble, on to Babylon, and it was just about how like the politicians just run their fucking mouths and we don't do shit ever, and then eventually we try and build a tower into the sky, into the heavens, like rockets. We'll ascend into the heavens, won't we? Won't we? It's our destiny. So why did Blue Origin only just do basically a joyride? They went to space, did they? Did they go to space or did they go to the edge? I didn't see any fucking helmets. I'll have to look again and see, but I don't remember seeing any fucking helmets or astronaut gear. So it's basically just a very high flight and then a parachute ride down. Very, I'd do it. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I mean, space. Even the International Space Station is in near Earth orbit. Why is that? I mean, there's got to be a reason, right? We've been to the moon, right? Right? It wasn't just a robot dropping a flag in a mirror with a bit of a stage acting. It wasn't. A bit of stage dressing. They couldn't beat the Van Allen belt. Neither the Russians nor the Americans could beat the Van Allen belt. First person to do that has the superiority. It's a lot riding on us getting to the fucking moon, including maybe even just robots don't have the problem with the Van Allen belt. Mm, 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 mm. It's a flag and a mirror. On the moon! We've been. Hell, if it had it right, it could take a foot and just a boot and just put a footprint. There's so much shit that's just like illusory. It's just an illusion of things that are actually happening. Does it make any sense? Like, can they really not find the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, or they just refuse to call Maya Babylon, the Incans and the Mayans Babylon, which means America is Babylon? Let me see if I can find a description. I'm not gonna put up anything because they even put me up like they gave me a tag for jeez. I was sharing. What the fuck is that called? Wikipedia, and there was a screen in the background that was showing a video. They tried to tag me on that. I'm like, doesn't that make no sense because of Wikipedia? It's a free page and it's broadcasting live on their thing. So if I share the page, it's not like I'm stealing anything. No, I've never been any like trying to steal anybody's shit. I'm trying to promote shit and whatever, but I'm just gonna avoid doing that. But anyways, let's do Hanging in the Gardens of Babylon description. Remarkable feat of engineering, an ascending series of tiered gardens containing a wide variety of trees, shrubs, and vines resembling a large green mountain constructed of mud bricks. Sound like Machu Picchu at all? No? Let's continue on. Shall we? Everything described by there, they talk about step pyramids, tiered lattices. Have you not seen? See, I never worried about it because of the ancient wonders and stuff. I just never really got into that stuff. I was too busy kind of dealing with shit now. And so I was watching like the 30 Unsolved Mysteries. And I like those things because I often can solve them in a matter of minutes. And they started talking about the Hanging Gardens of Babylon and that there's no proof of them. The belief that it was destroyed, that this other, Nineveh, all this other shit, blah, blah. They go on to describe the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. And everything they say is like, dude, that's Mayan fucking pyramids. Imagine the Mayan pyramids with the stairs coming out of them, but all those steps have different. Machu Picchu was terraced like that they said, for growing shit. So if there's a city at the top of this hill and this big fucking mountain, which looks like a construction, but it's not. It's the mountain, but it has like these tiered, like how the fuck they built? They didn't. They just reinforced the fucking mountain. But someone's showing up, would you see all that brickwork and go, dear God, did they build a mountain? No. They just latticed it. And grew shit. All kinds of stuff. There was, Hanging Gardens World Encyclopedia, let's see. They talk about, waterways. Naming description, waterways and stuff like that through the thing, that water would pump to the top and drain down. The Mayan and the Incans are buried in the fucking jungle. What would a garden do left untended? Yeah, kind of overgrow, because sun and light, you don't necessarily have to prune. If you're not pruning and keeping it looking nice, it just grows. I don't know if you guys know this, but plants just grow. You don't have to water them, especially like in a rainforest type area. You don't have to water them. The sky waters them. The sun feeds them. So just because people move out, notice they had to clear all the vegetation from Machu Picchu, from the Inca temples. They're looking through all those Inca temples along the Yucatan Peninsula. The Yucatan Peninsula. What else happened along the Yucatan Peninsula? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Nothing? Okay. Perhaps the continents of Africa and South America weren't once joined up. So much as there was a river that flowed between them, a giant river bigger than the Congo or whatever, just a big river. You could still possibly see the other side, maybe 60, 70 miles, and they start to populate over there. Who knows what kind of disaster, catastrophe, earthquake, whatever, and they start to drift. And to the point eventually, it's a lost world. No, there used to be a river there. That wasn't this like forever, that long ass ocean out there. We don't know where it went to. Mauritania in the Sahara, the Eye of the Sahara, matches pretty accurately with the description of Atlantis. If you were to match Mauritania on a map, it lines up damn near spot on with the fucking Yucatan Peninsula. Shit! Why, my mom asked today when I was talking to her about it, why slaughter all the people? Well, El Dorado, a city of gold. They came looking for gold. They probably actually oversold the trip. They had to get financing and backing, right? So they oversold the trip. There's a fountain of youth. There's cities of gold. And they get there. People don't even fucking use money. There's no gold. They don't even know disease. They're getting sick everywhere. We show up and they're just dropping. Now, there's no gold, but there's land, untouched, a new world. We can keep funding this search for the El Dorado and whatever. We can establish our own government. We just never go back. And that's the American spirit, honestly. It's spreading and it's contagious and it's going everywhere. The American spirit is just simply fuck you. No. Fuck you. No. Make me. And unfortunately, it's spreading around the world, man. It's spreading. More and more people are saying, fuck you. If America's not going to play fair, we're not going to play fair. You know what? I don't have to go. I mean, the American dream was to go over there and come over here and enjoy the American dream of being whatever you want to be. And then some get over here and get disillusioned by the fact that it's not for their race. It's only for white people. And or established within the community as already being Americanized. They go back home disillusioned, but still the dream persists, doesn't it? To do something. And then they work within their system. Not all of them. Some of them come over here and, are chastised or punched in the face. Or threatened to be deported or all kinds of other shit. Love your neighbor type stuff. I do. I treat my neighbor fine. He's from over there. Who is your neighbor? And then he gives an example of the Samaritan who did not live nearby. The people who lived by that walked past him. So which one was the neighbor? The one who lived in another location but treated him with kindness. Him, her, whatever you want. The point is, it's a story, the moral of the story, not necessarily. Yeah. Anyways, so we're to be back, man. See where this goes. I've got some ideas for some new stuff to do. especially since I'm going to be getting struck if I use other people's content. So share some content if you want to share. If you want to get your stuff played on here, I'll do. I mean, I'm talking to Mr. Ian Funky Ass Motherfucking James. See if we can't get some Blue Effects up in here so I can start doing more promotion of Blue Effects and not so much of Gearedma. But yeah, man. There's some weird shit going on. And yeah, I mean, when you think about it, it's about time. Yeah? I mean, this shit's been going on for Jesus Christ, man. Again, with the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, that just shows you. I mean, how before America was here, um, the Babylonians were probably already here in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, which means that they're Babylonian. They're much older, and they have a claim to this place, don't they? More than the Europeans who showed up. So there's something in there to kill them. Also, with the belief that life didn't move that way. It went. Let's think about this. It went from Africa, right? Sub-Saharan Africa, into like the Egyptian type whatever, and the Mauritania area, and then it crossed over into the Middle Eastern. We're getting browner, and then goes into Europe and gets whiter, and then goes over to Asia, and it's still like kind of whitish, and then it crosses the Bering Strait and becomes brown again. They come over here and the Spanish are like, these savages worship the sun. And yet, you say at the same time, they have a more accurate calendar than you and they study the stars better. There's no way they thought they would know the movements of the celestial objects. They would know. This isn't the end of the sun. There wouldn't be any, I mean, whether there were sacrifices or not, I don't know. But that's a nice, convenient cover, isn't it? Savages. Same thing we did to Native Americans. Savages. Murderous, evil people. Not far more advanced. Not don't need money. Not can teach us quite a bit about architecture and all this other shit. Because we can't even figure out how the fuck there were people living there, man. I think if anyone could have told us how the fuck the Empire State Building was built, it'd probably be some New Yorkers. So therefore, I think some people that could tell you, if they could tell you how to build the step pyramids, they could probably tell the ones in Chichen Itza and shit like that. We could probably understand how they did the ones in Egypt. But there's gold in them there hills, man. It took them a while. It took them to 1849 to find it, but they found it. Only problem was it was there because Native Americans and Babylonians had no need for it. The Incan, the Mayan, lest I start saying that they're just Babylonians. But I mean, when you look at the description of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, remarkable feat of engineering with an ascending series of tiered gardens containing a wide variety of trees, shrubs, and vines. Look at the Mayans. Their entire city is buried under trees, shrubs, and vines. Have you not seen the LiDAR things that they've been doing recently? It's fucking crazy, man. The gardens were built in the shape of a pyramid, each staircase forming a terrace, and the whole mass was supported on stone columns. The flowers and trees that grew there hid the foundations of the site. So how do you know there are huge stone columns? You could probably see stone poking through. But what are the fucking Mayan temples made of? They're step pyramids. If you imagine the step pyramid, instead of being just stone with steps on the outside and like the four things going, if you had the four things going up and plants all on the side. Well, that changes everything. That ball court suddenly becomes a little bit more intense, doesn't it? They talk about the loser of the game would be killed. Well, if that's a fucking Eastern or Western view of what they were doing, they were playing a game, but they were cleaning out the gene pools that only the fittest, the most, you know. So yeah, those games are very serious. It's like proving you're a man and worthy to fucking go on. We don't know. We have no idea. We just make up shit and just cast it over them with righteous, judgment. We weren't even there. We don't know. These fucking savages. Oh, they're so savage. They have a better calendar than the people that showed up. They don't need money. They eat and they have an advanced civilization. They have fucking pyramids, but they're savages that cut people's hearts out for no reason. We just have this advanced technology of step pyramids and shit. It seems to me that they'd have advanced reasoning in order to get along together to build the shit. Never seen Hispanic people work together to get shit built? They get shit built. They get it done, man. They don't fuck around. Probably because it's not what they want to do. You know what I mean? They want to be chilling, hanging out, and having a good time. And the work is not really something I want to do, so I'm not going to fucking, without money, getting the job done is what's important. As soon as you've involved money, dude, how much can I bilk out of this? As soon as, man, the ruiner of everything is money. Ruiner of art. Money. You have a great story with an incredible twist, weird ending. They're going to ask you to tone it the fuck down, especially if it's a little bit confusing or weird, or you need like a second time watching it or a third time watching it, unless you've established yourself as a fucking one of those type of directors. M. Night Shyamalan, Christopher Nolan, on and on. No one's giving you a fucking chance. No one gave the Wachowskis a chance. They had to film another movie before they were allowed to do The Matrix. Look how great The Matrix did. Now, it's kind of good that they did because there's a confluence of time and whatever that converged that they were able to get the right people with the right, cameras, and the right technology was around, and computers allowing for a lot of cool shit. But still, because of money. How much am I going to make right now? What's the market for this? Okay, there's no market for this, and we're not putting it out. Why? I won't make any money, but again, making art is not about making money. Making art's about doing something new, I had a story. It was originally called Hollywood Endings until Woody Allen released his Hollywood Endings movie. It was about a guy. He was a writer and a part-time magician, and so he had been writing for some shows and stuff, and so he was making a living. But then he tried to go out on his own, and he just started writing like he wanted to write something new and interesting. And so like it's like the fifth or sixth time they just put it in a book or a story to be worked on, and the his agent's like, look, man, it's the same thing as the last 4 or 5 times. They love it, they want to do it, but they got to change the ending to they want more of a storybook ending. And he's like, no, I don't want to. That Jesus Christ, I'm trying to do something new. And they're like, okay, well, this is the sixth one. We've shopped out the sixth one, and you're not. So I'm just not gonna be your agent anymore. You won't take anything, and gotta make money. And so he bails, and he tries to figure out some way to make cash. And he figures out that, through his sleight of hand, the best way to make something disappear is to, disappear right in front of people's face without them even knowing. Like a sleight of hand trick. And so he's putting together this heist. was interesting. He's like, he's an author, so he's thinking he can doing his best to kind of write the script of how he would do it. But yeah, so I don't know, man. Just been weird. Been very, very weird. I don't know, man. Just watching the world kind of fucking fall apart is just a weird, weird thing. Because it's the world. It's all we've known. What comes next? What happens? Why are all these volcanoes erupting? What's up with this weather? Donald Trump. Coming up on Easter Sunday. We all admit the man's a buffoon. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's way out of his fucking... He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything. He just falls ass backwards into money. And so that's what he does. And then claims it was his mission the whole time. Because in truth, making money was his whole goal the whole time. So if it doesn't go his way, he's got other ways to get money. Because he doesn't give a shit about anything but money. And for the love of money, is the root of all evil. Yeah, there was a time all I wanted was money, money, money. Oh, money, money. Like that's the only thing's changed. Look who the company he's keeping. Have you ever seen him dressed down? I was thinking about that. I was watching Adam Schiff give a speech from his house or whatever they're doing. Smartly, they're trying to finally now. It was debased, to be honest. To be completely honest, it was debased of a senator because they're that older. You know what I mean? They're that much older that's some new kid shit. You don't want to be putting out. Oh, the kids do want to. Okay, well that's. Why do the kids want? Okay, they do want to be informed. Okay, well. We'll do it, but now I have to catch up and pretend like I'm cool. Do you know what I mean? It's even more sad. Waiting for one of them to call. I'm on the TikTok. You know what I mean? I'm waiting. It's coming. I'm on the TikTok. I'm waiting. Someone's gonna say it. Some politician's gonna fucked up. They're gonna be fucked up, and they're gonna say it. Yeah, I've got a TikTok. Yeah. Like, dude, how old are you, guy? But even when did they ever call it TikTok? That's my point. When did do you have a grandfather clock that goes TikTok? Because if you do, I need to talk to it and find out why it's got the extra icky. I got some sticky. We can get together. And I'm not picky. Anyway, so God, man, my back's about to pop. My back and my neck are gonna go. It's gonna be awesome. So, yeah, man. I guess the Boffo Lenny, Soccer Lenny, we're back. I don't know. Maybe I have some more to say later on. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll shut the fuck up. It's a good thing to do. No, but I was thinking about doing a bunch of smaller. I do such long videos. I was thinking about doing some shorter ones on different stuff, and I made a whole list because I got banned and like we hope you take the time and want to take the action to review. I'm like, no. Actually, I was gonna file a complaint. Like, no, I can't fucking. I didn't do anything wrong. And they're like, do you acknowledge the fact that if you file a false complaint, we can terminate your account? So if I file an appeal, but they find the appeal is not appealing, they can kill my account. I got other stuff to do. Would you like to take the course to get the removed within? Fuck you. Fuck your course. KIND, motherfucker. I'm just here for a little bit longer. After that, destroy my shit. I don't give a fuck. That's the only way. You guys are the ones making money off of this shit, not me, YouTube. I keep telling you guys, you got nothing to threaten me with. As a matter of fact, the more you push me, the more I want to fucking start my shit to bury you. Non-profit. Put Spotify and all those other motherfuckers out of business because, like, I was thinking about it today. I never did get Cheap Gear Guy Musical Instruments going. They were projecting with the business plan they had. Now, they probably would have to readjust it for now. But that's how I can make my money. I do Cheap Gear Guy. I'm going to need some hosting space for Geardma. You know, Geardma, Dumb, and Troth. Why not host everybody while we're at it? Why not? Do some good for the world for a change. I think some change would do you some good. I think this world could use a fucking enema. That's what I think. I think it needs a good colonic. A good cleansing out of all the asshole. You know what I mean? Get all the asshole out of the system. Just flush it out. We gotta just Donald Trump's and all the fucking clumps and shit along the colon of human life. Just flush them the fuck out. You know? Just flush them the fuck out. What happens? I don't care. I don't care what happens to them because they don't care what happens to us, so I don't care what happens to them. So fuck them. Fuck them and anyone like them. And anyone who voted for them. Fuck them. I'm not even kidding. Fuck you. You fucking... Dude. You voted for the Antichrist and you couldn't see the devil because you didn't want to see the fucking horns. Either that or the devil was attacking the people that you don't like. So you thought he was God, you fucking piece of shit. God damn, I've hated Trump since the fucking 80s, man. Since the 80s, dude. He was bragging about how it was fucking money and all this other shit. And then when he fucking fucks around on his wife, lost half of his shit, I was like, good. Good. Maybe now you shut the fuck up, you fucking pig. And he shut the fuck up for a while. Then he got that fucking Apprentice show, man. That motherfucking piece of shit bag. Is it any wonder what he's doing right now? I mean, his entire show was, you're fired. What the fuck did you think he was going to do to fucking... He's going to make Don Jr. head of Treasury. Where the fuck is Ivanka? I think she and Jared took that fucking couple billion from the Saudis and just ran. We can finally get away from your demon of a father and my fucking hellspawn. Yeah, but I mean, they shouldn't take the... Fuck them! Fuck them. Let's get the fuck out of here. Where's Jared? Huh? Where's the genius who's going to get the whole plan for the Middle Eastern plan? What the fuck? He studied the Middle East on a fucking 15-hour flight or whatever, and he's became a goddamn... specialist in the whole Middle East thing. With after 15 hours or 15 minutes, whatever the fuck it is, he read one book and now he's a master manipulator of the fucking Middle Eastern shit. Why is he gone? What happened to the Abraham Accords that Trump wanted to call the Trump Accords? What are the chances of him holding true to anything in those accords if they don't pay him money? This motherfucker said, as president, if they don't pay me, I'm going to tell the Russia to do whatever the fuck. That ain't how fucking shit works, dude. Nobody pays the president, asshole. What kind of shit is going on in his brain? I'm really wondering what kind of shit goes on in his brain because it's not logic. Nor the followers that fucking worship him. It's not logic. There's nothing logical about anything that they're doing. In fact, they hated him too until he primaried. His fucking approval rating was fucking low as shit. And then he primaried. Then the pussy grabbing came out, and everybody fucking lost their shit and doubled down. Imagine a video like that, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, anybody else, a video of anybody else running for president, what, a couple months before election? Dude, no one would survive that. No one. No politician would survive that except for a bunch of fucking lying hypocrites that would elect him. We know, we don't care. It's more important to fuck those guys over. Well, it's still our football team. And I'm not voting for those assholes. Fine. Don't vote for those assholes, but don't. Lesser of two evils, and you chose a fucking venomous snake. Don't worry, you didn't. I mean, it's not like you chose the wrong path. Both paths would have taken us to this same place. It's just how. There's the scenic bypass route. It's all beautiful and lovely and takes a winding road, and you forget you're going to hell. Then there's this direct route, and Trump's like, fuck this, let's just go straight through. Dude, that's not even a road. America. That's a tree, man. That was a person. That was a deer. What the fuck are you doing? Making a new road. Yeah, there's a reason they didn't do this, and we're swimming in the reason why they didn't put this new road here. You thought they just wanted to go around for miles and 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 miles. I thought it's scenic. Some people would. Fuck you, Trump. Fucking idiot. You thought. That was your problem. It's probably the first time you ever did something like that. Usually just fucking mind fucking yourself with daddy's fucking shit and Roy Cohn dick in your ass. Stupid fucking haircut still. Fucking dumbass looking piece of shit. Oh. I sure hope Dad really means it, that he wants to see me in Babylon, because, oh, god damn it, I know exactly what's going to happen with that fucking fat, orange, bloated piece of shit. I almost call him bloviated, but I don't even know if that's really the right word. You fucking caitiff motherfucker. CAITIFF. You caitiff son of a bitch. Trump's a caitiff piece of shit, man. CAITIFF. Look it up. He fits. Caitiff motherfucker. Someone needs to punch him in the imaginary kidneys, because I'm going to get in trouble and send down to fucking YouTube prison and shit, and be like, 2 weeks. No, this is if anything happens, it's gone fucking straight down God fucking with the Antichrist, nothing else. That man's the fucking devil, dude. Those beady fucking eyes, dude. How could you ever look at that guy and think that anything good could come out of it? Okay, if nothing else, people freaked out when Joe Biden was like, I guess he was massaging that girl's shoulders, or at least his hands on this girl's shoulders. You didn't freak out when Donald Trump was surrounded by a bunch of little girls and he has photos of him with Jeffrey Epstein? Elon Musk's dad, millionaire, billionaire, whoever the fuck, whatever the fuck he is. Supposedly this terrible man. Elon said whatever you can think of, whatever crime you can think of, he's done it. He's evil. Who would he know? Especially since he got married to a woman and then impregnated his stepdaughter, who was 4 years old when he in, married her mom, and he was 45. So when he got older and she was whatever age that she eventually had his kid, like 15, I think, or 16, I don't know. And then later, after admitting that they had their little thing and they had a child, had another with him. And then when asked about it, said, the only thing we're here on to put on this earth to do is to reproduce. So chances of him knowing someone like Epstein are probably pretty good. Errol, not necessarily Elon, but I mean, that would explain how they met. Or a connection, kindred spirits. I'm not saying it's true, but I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. 41 years. I'd say that counts. I would say that counts. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be doing some mixing and mastering and stuff for too long. Well, not for too long, but today, sometime maybe. Who knows? Who knows what the day holds? What are we doing today is really still a question on my mind. What are we doing today?